What's up, yins, guys? Time for another video. Talk about something I saw on the TV news today, once again. So I've been overdue for one of those videos, but I imagine that a lot of you guys in your areas or your city probably hear news stories similar to this. But this is one I haven't heard from a while. Didn't talk about this because this is the height of selfishness, entitlement, a very disgusting and cowardly form of entitlement. That, you know, people do home invasions and rob people. You hear that all the time. But alright, these two guys, they caught the dudes too. A 90-year-old woman living by herself watching TV, late night TV, and by herself or whatever. And these two dudes targeted this woman as figure she'll be an easy target. And they smashed her cell phone so she couldn't call the cops, but she ran to neighbors and all that jazz. And they, thanks to modern technology, cameras on telephone poles everywhere, and they have people's door cameras or house cameras or whatever. The police have those registered now. A lot of people on their own will actually allow and permit the police to ask them for, which they should, you know. I mean, that's the one. Along with, this is another thing I want to say too. I disagree with the people. You know, I believe in the right to bear arms, and if this a 90-year-old woman had a gun, maybe that would have helped. But I don't agree that a citizen with a gun is quite the single most biggest fear of a criminal anymore. But yet it is one of them. Not just with a gun. The criminals actually hate or fear more than a citizen with a gun. People that have cameras in their houses that they can publicly give the police cameras on telephone poles, because we're almost going to be living in that kind of world now, even with artificial intelligence. And you got things like shot spotter technology, which is all over the place, and everything else too. So and you got people on the far other side, conspiracy theorists about facial recognition and technology, worried about they could be harassed. But I think that this technology, people call me a tinfoil hat person, but I'm really not. But then there are people that would call me some kind of person like I'm on the side of the government, and I'm not. But this facial recognition software, everything from shot spotter to people's door cameras, definitely essential in catching scum like this. That I'm all for it. I mean, that's the next best thing to having a citizen with a gun. More like, well, God forbid, we're grateful too that these two dudes didn't cause the death of this poor woman. In that case, that's another reason why you should be all for a citizen having a gun. Which, by the way, there was a mall shooting, by the way, I'm not talking about in a separate video, that a guy that was hailed by the cops as a hero for shooting dead a dude and saved a lot of lives. Only 3 people got killed, but the citizen would have gotten shot. This guy did. But not going to waste time in this video talking about that. That's for later, but because, you know, I don't want to jump the subject, because there was like, I kind of was talking about, criminals fear 2 things now. Citizen with a gun and people with all over the place in their houses with cameras. And they even, you know, make the car. They caught the dudes. And okay, on with what should happen to these dudes now too. Consider that unlike any kind of democratic socialists or liberals think, oh, you should be easy on them, give them a break, don't be too hard on them. I'd be like, dude, no, these people were cowardly. They, home invasion, a 90-year-old woman, and could barely defend herself, in a cowardly fashion, beat her up, smash her phone, demand and threaten her, demand that they tell her where all her valuables are. Then take hot sauce and spray it in her face, throw alcohol on her and hot sauce. I don't. And in this case, if you think somebody like that doesn't deserve to have the book thrown at him, some kind of real bleeding heart liberal, you're a goddamn asshole, a piece of shit. You should go in the same jail next to the criminal that perpetrated the crime, and you might as well be punished along with the person that committed that crime. Because these people, hey, any of you guys watching this that maybe don't even like me, don't like the way I look for whatever reason, or don't like me on my bad cooking. What if that was your grandmother? Wouldn't you want to see their asses beat? I mean, in cowardly fashion. And people, and there's another reason why nobody should commit home invasions too. You gotta watch. One thing you should have a fear, not just a citizen with a gun, say the cops catch you. You got a cop that doesn't play around and not condoning police brutality, but a person who commits a home invasion like that should be thinking some cop might just shoot you or beat the hell out of you, and no witnesses to say if you whether you resisted or not, or all of a sudden a drop piece would be like put there, in your hands, so your fingerprints are on them, and hey, beat the living. Or forget the police. Say that somebody else finds out that before the police get reported. Say an old lady or any victim of such an invasion. Say if they're related to the wrong Italian family, and they get you before the police get you. You know what I mean? They find out, and say the police get called, but the police are still looking for you. You do something like this, right? Descriptions out there, you make the news, and this victim is related to the wrong Italian family, not the stereotype Italians, or sound like I'm watching too many movies, but that's a legit fear, don't you think? Maybe overzealous cop, which all the liberals are worried about, the overzealous cops, which I'm not condoning, but that should a good incentive and fear in your mind to not be so selfish, right? There should be some kind of a thought process and fear, if you will. A certain wrong cop or the wrong Italian family gets a hold of you, and then they ain't gonna ever see your ass again. They'll maybe wait a little bit. You might have somebody, for example, they might walk right up to you, and they don't look all mad like they're going to do something, just nonchalantly, or just a couple people just say you even have a gun, you're some kind of criminal, you think you can do whatever you want, or even do shit like that McSwiggan dude did, the road rage incident, but he was doing things like what he was accused of way before that, a road rage incident and killed the off-duty cop, that he was accused of sexual assault on various women, and he threatened to all that. Say you do things like that, I'm not getting off the subject, that and home invasions like the subject at hand here. You think you can do whatever you want and get away with because you have a gun and you have some twisted idea, whether you have a legit gun or you get the criminal mentality that you can do whatever you want because you have a gun. You can piss off the wrong Italian family, right? And just because you've got a gun, you think that's going to protect you? Yeah, all you got to do is have some certain people of that type just walk right up to you, very non-threatening. Don't even look mad like they're going to do something. Just wait a while. Just maybe you might have a few groups of them just walk right past you casually a couple of times, and just like and you don't even think about pulling the gun, because there's some of them that are smarter, right? They know how to look at you in a way or act casual, instead of looking at you like they're all pissed off, like it can have you think, well, they're going to do something. Pull it off very smoothly and grab you up, take your gun off of you, throw you in the trunk of their car, right? And you can only use your imagination, maybe base it on some movies you saw that what they might do to you, you know. Anything from cement shoes or like maybe some of the stories you heard about the History Channel of these mafia dudes that did to certain people or whatever, you know, not kill them right away, you know what I mean? That gives you kind of a, these people don't got no damn sense, you know, they're lucky that that's all they do. And then if that's not, and one more thing to talk about too, like, gonna be go to jail and think you're all hard. How do you know they're not gonna throw you in some cell block or some area? We all believe in all they don't throw you in a certain cell block where people are gonna do anything to you. Now the jail, you think all the you let somebody tell you all the jails ain't really nothing now. Don't be so sure. You might have cell blocks or be in a certain cell block somewhere, or there'll be a certain area they'll put you right next to. You get the wrong people with the wrong connection. It's pissed off at you, right? They might know the right people to get you put right in jail next to the right certain people. And I'm not going to stereotype anybody. I'm not going to stereotype black people, like, say, get thrown in prison, somebody making you their bitch. And I'm not going to go and just talk about black people. It could very well, to be fair, be a very scary-looking blonde dude that's really heavily built in tattoos that they call Bam Bam. And then you'll be in there and bam, bam, bam. Don't you think, you know? That can be quite a possibility. Or you be in jail next to somebody, right, and just throw it in there and just they hear about what you did, and maybe this person you're in jail next to is a criminal for doing something, stealing a car or something, and very scary dude that can beat the shit out of you, make your life a living hell, and say, hey, you're that one that did a home invasion and threw hot sauce in the eyes of that 90-year-old woman. Guess what? That's my mother or my grandmother, you son of a bitch. Now you're going to pay. And this guy could have been in jail like for quite a while, maybe robbery, car theft, a couple of things, and he has all these friends in jail, and you hear the stories about hierarchies in jails, right? And again, you can base this on stuff you hear on YouTube or seen in movies. You might say to me like, well, oh yeah, you're watching too many movies or tinfoil hat. Well, I say to you, there's it should be a healthy sense of paranoia and fear. And not just paranoia and fear. There should be something instilled in somebody to start with and not be so selfish and stoop to actually going in the house and beating up a 90-year-old woman. Really, that kind of people like that say, you want money, what? You don't got enough of money to booze up and smoke up and buy booze and cigarettes, and you work a little or not enough, and you think, and this is clearly a serious narcissistic delusional case of entitlement. You think you're entitled to something, and you're going to take an easy target like an old person like that. Well, guess what? I don't care what a Democratic, socialist, or liberal says. Person that stoops that low, excuse me, talking till my throat's raw. But anyway, their life, unless they repent, if you religious people say I'm not even being totally religious on you, but unless people repent of their deeds, their life, dog shit. Dog shit is gold compared to their life. Dog shit should be considered more valuable than gold compared to the life of a person who does a cowardly piece of shit act like that. They're garbage. And if they're lucky, if they earnestly repent and see the error of their ways, maybe people won't have it out for them after they get out of jail. That happens too. Not condone it, not tell anybody to do that, but you do some little bit of time for it, and you get off on a plea agreement. You think somebody out there won't remember you just you don't know them from Adam, but they remember you. And you, like I said, you do something to some old lady and you don't know who they're related to. Wait till you get out of jail. Don't tell anybody. Nonchalantly walk right up to you, act all natural, and throw you in the trunk of their car. Give you a sense of security. Throw you in the trunk of a car and leave it up to the imagination what somebody might want to do. So, but anyway, but at the very least, putting aside all of that, what I wanted to say before that, if shit like that I talked about doesn't happen to somebody that does this thing, at the very least it should happen to these guys that they caught. Really, they should actually get a spanking with a belt or a rubber hose over live television for a good solid hour. Televise that shit. Spank TV. Cancel Survivor and Big Brother, which those shows suck anyway. And solid hour of well-deserved people that need well-deserved spankings. Belt or rubber hose. Two people on this side for the left butt cheek and two people on the right for this butt cheek. Sound like firecrackers going off. Spank them in the butt until they cry. That's what should happen. Aside from all the other stuff I explained and why people shouldn't do shit like that, right? So yeah, spank their damn butt until they cry over live television. Make a whole television network or TV show out of it. Cancel Big Brother or Survivor. Call it Spank TV. Spank television. People get well-deserved spankings until they cry. Feature one each week or each day. It gets full throttle spankings and full throttle for a good solid hour. Yeah, televise the hell out of that shit. Make an example out of them. In some cases, you can argue that the justice system is devoid of creativity. I mean, I can argue that for a fact concerning pieces of shit like that. Like I said, the total act of selfishness, cowardice, and entitlement, which no excuse. Somebody like that, no excuse whatever or whatsoever. I don't care if the victim's black or white, or if the perpetrator is black or white. If it's black on black or black on and black, white on white, white on black, black on white. Anybody that does something like that to some damn old people like that, just because they want money for dope and booze and cigarettes, and they want to work as little possible, and they want to go and take something from somebody like that. They're walking pieces of garbage, and dog shit is more valuable than the well-being and life of such individuals like that. And it's like very disgusting.